and welcome to GeoSnippits. I'm Headhardhat. In the next few minutes, we're going to teach you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. Well, folks, I have to tell you right off the bat, I'm extremely excited about this particular episode. Why? Because we get to do a road trip. That's right, we're going to teach you today how to do a route. That means to go from one city to a destination and pick all the geocaches, or at least some of them, through that route. This is going to be a lot of fun. And you know where we're going to go today? We're going to go from Raleigh, North Carolina, all the way to the East Coast to the beach. Ah, the beach. I can see it now. Beach, the ocean, the waves, cool summer breezes, nice cool water. Oh, I'm sorry, faded off there for a second. Whew, starting to build up a sweat already. Okay, folks, so let's get started. But you know what? Before we can even get on the road, we need to plan our trip. We need to plan the route, get things together, and then boogie onto the road. So let's do that right now by going on to geocaching.com and plan that route so we can find some geocaches on the way. Let's go! After logging into geocaching.com, you click onto My Profile. From there, you're going to select User Routes, Create a Route on the right. There you will see some general information about creating and editing routes. The main idea is put in your starting destination and your ending destination, then clicking the search button. This will then give you a graphical representation of your route from beginning to end. You want to go to at the bottom of the page and change your search radius to about 1 mile. I wouldn't go too much further than that, otherwise you're going to go way out of your way. And then click on Save Route Changes. This will take you back to your create and edit route, where you can do things like change your route name to something a little more memorable, put in a description, add keywords. The key part is at the bottom of the screen you'll see save, and more importantly, clicking on the link for create pocket query. Okay, we're going to give a real high-level view on how to do a pocket query, but as you notice, you see your pocket route, you see your name. Here you can tell by days to generate on what days you want your routes to be updated and to have a pocket query sent to you via email. You can send your search area. You want to put that, normally it defaults to 4 miles down to 1 mile, and you can set the number of caches. 100 is pretty good on here. Under any cache type, I usually just click the traditionals. You don't want to mess with the other ones when you're doing park and grabs. I wouldn't mess with anything with the container type. The filter options, I usually click I haven't found and is active. The rest of them, I leave the defaults, including the attributes, but you can change them to your own way that you want, and make sure that it goes to the right email address that you want it to go to. Click Submit Information, and you're ready to go. Okay, so we're almost there. You can see that on geocaching.com, they've taken pretty much all the work into your planning when it comes to planning a route. We planned a route from somewhere around Raleigh, North Carolina, down to Cure Beach in the southeast corner of North Carolina, right off the East Coast. We figured that there's going to be a good handful or more of geocaches to find. I don't know if we're going to get all of them. Maybe we'll just get a handful or so, but let's see what we can find as we get going. Now it's time to get on the road. All right, well, we're on our way to the ocean. From Raleigh, we're about 2 hours away. That's one of the cool things about living in the Piedmont, North Carolina. You're 2 hours from the ocean, you're 2 hours from the mountains. Some really terrain differences, and we're very fortunate to live there. Let's get on our way. Okay, we're at one of our first stops on our route. The one thing that you want to keep in mind as you're going from one place to another and you're picking up geocaches on the way is it takes time. I know when I did a trip to Michigan, which normally takes 12 hours from North Carolina, it ended up being closer to 16 hours because of all the stops that I did. So keep in mind, when you go from one place to another, that finding geocaches is going to take time. We're going to go right now and see what this geocache looks like. Take a look. And that is a small lock and lock in a crown of a tree. Very cool. All right, this is the lock and lock box. And let's see what we've got inside. Logbook. Oh, geocoin. Very cool. Other little cards and rulers. Nice little lock and lock box. Another stop on our way to the ocean. This is a guardrail hide, and you notice how I always tell you to be careful where you stick your hands when you're doing this? Let me show you this. That is a very large, let me see if I could zoom in here. That is a very large black widow spider. Guarding her nest. Okay, another park and grab. Let's see what we're looking for here. 22 feet from it. It's a micro 1515. See what the hint says. The container you seek is the name. What do you know? A Sharpie geocache. Okay, Geocache Navigator sat there and said, lift the log at the base of the tree. Let's take a look. And there, peanut butter jar looks like. Is the geocache. Way cool. This is the last one for now. This is the different routes. We hit about 5 different geocaches on the way here to the ocean. We're gonna go do a little sightseeing. We'll get back with you in a little bit. Okay, so let's sum up what we did today. We did a road trip from Raleigh, North Carolina, about 2 hours down to Wilmington, North Carolina. Found the ocean, and we used geocaching.com to plan our geocache route, and then found about 4 or 5 different geocaches along the way. Now remember, when you go geocaching and you have a destination that you have to go to, always put extra time when it comes to finding geocaches. Just in the 4 or 5 geocaches that we had here added about an hour 20 minutes to our trip. Keep that in mind. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of GeoSnippits and come back real soon, where you'll learn even more interesting tidbits and information about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. This is Headhardhat saying we hope to see you out on the trails real soon. Bye-bye, folks.
Action.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much.
We just...
And they're off.